Stevie here from SBW Coaching, and as promised we're going to be looking at our first ever technical video. Okay, so I said before this in the event that the first technical video we're going to be looking at what we call the pre-tackle. Okay, I suppose the reason for this, and for me, one of the benefits again through doing loads of community visits at loads of different clubs within the south of England in the last couple of years, is realising actually at the minute we're really hot on tackle tech. Especially with the safety element with things like concussion and that coming a lot more into it lately. But one of the issues, or one of the main issues I found, is actually when we're looking at tackle tech, the tackle tech itself is really good throughout all of the youth systems I've had a look at. However, one of the big issues is actually getting into the right position to make that tackle. So again, what we call the pre-tackle. So all we're going to do today is we're going to look at the pre-tackle here, and when I talk about the pre-tackle, I break it down into three main areas, okay? And I call that C, H and P. The C for chop, the H for hips, and the P for pressure, okay? So all we're going to do now is we're going to walk through it with two of the Harlequins Amateurs players, and as we walk through it, I'll talk you through what we want to be looking at, okay? So first thing I always say in defence, particularly if we've got a 1v1 or in defence in general, the first thing we want to be looking to do is we want to be looking to apply pressure. So if I've got Jacob here with the ball and Povey's in defence, the first thing Povey's going to do is apply pressure. So if you two want to walk together and then just freeze there. So one of the benefits of looking to apply pressure, firstly, the first thing we do is we cut down the attacker's decision making time. The more time you give them to make a decision, the more chance you've got of them making the right decision. So by applying that pressure straight away, we're cutting them down, okay? I suppose the technical point here to talk to the players about is talking about having them long strides as we're looking to go in initially. As we're doing this though, obviously for Jacob, we talk about always attacking space. So he's going to be looking to attack the gaps in and around Povey. So this is where the second part comes in, the H. Going to be watching the hips here, okay? So now as Jacob, when we start to get into what I call the contact zone, he's going to look to put in a step as he does that Povey, watching the hips. If we watch the ball or if we watch the feet, normally where that goes, the body doesn't follow, okay? If we talk about watching the hips, it's in the center of the body and it's just below the core. So a bit like whenever I coach the younger kids and I say the hips don't lie, and they always refer to the Shakira song, exactly that here. So we're going to be watching these hips. So as Jacob gets into what we call the contact zone, as he goes to step to a side, by watching the hips, Povey can follow, okay? But if we just rewind that a little bit, because now we're going to get into the third and final part of our pre-tackle here. This is what we call the chop. So for the chop, all we're going to do is, again, long strides out until we get to just that contact area, guys. And if you just freeze here, so as we start to get into this area now, what we want to see Povey doing is we want to change up from long strides to short, and we want to be on our toes. So a little activity, if you've got kids you're coaching, that we can do to start with, is just get them to start with, move side to side on their toes, and then move side to side on their heels, and ask them, which one did you find easier? What you should find is they say the toes, okay? So what we want here is Povey, when we start doing the chopping motion, is he's going to go onto his toes and he's going to start to do real short pumps. So that way, as Jacob goes to step to a side, he's applied the pressure, he's watched the hips, and as Jacob steps to a side, where he's on short steps, he can pounce straight in and he can meet and he can match Jacob whichever way he steps. If we do that properly, then hopefully we're going to get into the right position and we're going to get close enough to then put in some of that real good tackle tech that I've seen a lot of coaches working at with, well, not just with youth players, but with players throughout the game. So again, just breaking that back down for you, we're looking at the pre-tackle, we're looking at the C, the chop, H, the hips, and P, pressure, okay? Something that we can do to start with, just to integrate it with players, is we can look at literally doing some 1v1s, and if we say put them 10 yards apart, the attacker and the defender, and we can put a cone in the middle, and all we're going to set is we're going to set a challenge for that defender. Can you get to that cone? Can you meet them? Can you apply pressure? And then from there, loads of other little games, if it's with kids, say putting bibs on the side and just seeing if we can grab one of the bibs. So again, looking at doing more of that chopping motion to try and meet and match with the play in whichever way they go. I think apart from that, guys, once you've watched the video, if you do try this at all, please give us feedback, let us know how you got on. If you've got any videos of you trying it or trying different games or skill zones where we're trying to implement this, just let us know about it, because obviously it'd be great to share that as well with the rest of the coaching community. Apart from that, please follow us on SBW_coaching on Instagram, on Stevie Warr on YouTube, SBW_coaching on Facebook, or Stevie Warr on LinkedIn, okay? And apart from that, guys, again, a big thank you for watching this video, and until next time, okay, hope you have a great time in your next coaching session. Goodbye.